to King's Newsroom. 45 minutes of accurate balance of credible news about Liberia and the rest of our one world. Today is Thursday, May 8th, 2025. I'm Candidates Johnson presenting this evening evening edition of the program. Stories topping the headlines. Liberia Medical and Dental Council revoke the medical license of Dr. Peter Matthew George, citing serious discrepancies in his academic credentials. LMDC investigation shows that Dr. George claimed of having doctorate of medicines and postgraduate medical degree within a 4 year time frame as impossible by any national or international standards. Died as a result of fire outbreak near the Don Bosco School in New Matadi community. Liberia Airport Authority and the Liberia Special Economic Zones Authority on Thursday signed a memorandum of understanding aimed at transforming the nation's key airports into vibrant economic hubs. Airport Managing Director Gerald Mesco described the signing as a pivotal movement in the nation's journey towards integrated development. And away from home, the bodies of a journalist and his partners have been found in South Africa in an advanced stage of decomposition, more than 2 months after they went missing. That's according to local media reports. The news bulletin, voices of the newsmakers are all packaged in this evening presentation of the program. We take a very short break. When we come back, we'll bring you the news bulletin. Many thanks for being there and welcome back. Up next is the Bulletin of News with Newton Tokma.
signing of the Memorandum of Understanding, the Executive Director of Liberia Special Economic Zones Authority, Prince Wright, echoed the transformative potential of the partnership. Wright highlighted that the signing is not just a symbolic agreement, but a commitment to immediate implementation. He noted that the joint initiative is aligned with Liberia's national development agenda and the airport master plan. He emphasized the urgency and dedication required to turn his vision into tangible outcomes, adding that the newly signed MOU marks the beginning of the new chapter for Liberia's infrastructure economic diversification strategy. The president of Liberia National Bar Association, Councillor Bonavarman, has reaffirmed the bar's unwavering commitment to promoting the rule of law, enhancing public legal education, and strengthening collaboration between the judiciary, government, and civil society. Speaking first this morning on Liberia Broadcasting System, Councillor Varman outlined a comprehensive vision to improve legal awareness, institutional governance, and access to justice across the country. His remarks come amid growing concerns about public distrust in the legal system and the rise of extrajudicial actions. Highlighting one of the bar's key priorities, Councillor Varman emphasized the urgent need for public legal education. According to him, the LMBA has launched multiple initiatives in at educating the public. These include partnership with the Liberal Law School and Louis Arthur Graham's School of Law for a weekly radio discussions on stations and a planned collaboration with the United Nations Development Program to support wider legal awareness campaigns. Meanwhile, the LMBA president also reaffirmed the bar's commitment to maintaining a constructive and respectful relationship with the judiciary, particularly under the leadership of Chief Justice Sianen Ayo. Councillor Varman also acknowledged ongoing collaboration with the Ministry of Justice, including on the recently launched Witness Protection Program, which he described as crucial for safeguarding democracy and citizen safety. Councillor Varman disclosed that the LMB is working closely with international partners, including UC, to address systematic legal issues such as prolonged pre-trial detention. A current project targeting overcrowding of the Monrovia Central Prison has already shown promise, he said. He also stressed the importance of legal literacy campaigns in schools and public institutions to help foster culture. The Liberia Medical and Dental Council has officially revoked the medical license of Dr. Peter Matthew George, citing serious discrepancies in his academic credentials. The decision confirmed in the formal communication dated April 21st, 2025, and signed by both the chairlady of LMDC, Dr. Benita Collins Andrews, and Registrar General Dr. Augustus Kuya, follows a rigorous credential audit launched by the council earlier this year. Dr. Joe, who has practiced medicine in Liberia for an undisclosed number of years, was asked in March to resubmit all academic documents and that form the basis for his licensure. Despite providing limited documentation, LMDC records show he failed to submit the most essential requirement, an undergraduate medical degree. In an attempt to bridge the gap, Dr. George presented an award verification letter from the University of Hertfordshire in the United Kingdom. However, LMDC's investigation revealed that the University of Hertfordshire does not currently offer a medical degree, adding that the institution, according to the council's funding, is only in the planning phase to launch a Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery program, which is pending approval by the General Medical Council of the UK and scheduled to begin in 2026. The inconsistencies of Dr. George's claim of having earned both a Doctor of Medicine and a postgraduate medical degree within 4 year time frame, the LMDC described his claim as impossible by an by any national or international standards, noting that such academic achievement typically requires a minimum of 10 to 12 years of study. Despite being summoned to appear before the LMDC's Credentialed Committee on April 18 for further clarification and document verification, Dr. Josh reportedly declined to attend, choosing instead to send a written communication to the Registrar General. The LMDC Credentialed Committee proceeded with its evaluation in his absence and concluded that Dr. George has not substantiated his claim to be a licensed medical doctor. However, the LMDC noted that Dr. George's failure to provide a valid undergraduate medical certificate and an internship certificate, both mandatory prerequisites for medical licensure in Liberia, was deemed unacceptable. Scores of partisans of the All Liberian Coalition Party under the banner of Aggrieved National Youth Congress and its collaborating parties have formally petitioned the Ministry of Justice for a permit to hold a series of peaceful protests from May 9th to the 23rd, 2025. In a written communication addressed to Justice Minister Oswald Tuwe, the group stated its intent to advocate for greater accountability, transparency, leadership, integrity, and good governance within the ARCOP, describing these principles as fundamental or foundational to the party's future success, and it is essential for Liberia's broader democratic and economic progress. The petitioners emphasized that the protests aim to raise awareness and push for internal reforms within the party's leadership structure in ensuring authorities that all planned actions will be peaceful, orderly, and intended to foster constructive civic engagement. According to the organizers, protest activities are scheduled to take place at two key locations in central Monrovia: the National Disaster Management Agency and the ASICO building. The sites, they noted, were selected for their symbolic relevance and public accessibility, intended to amplify their message and engage a wider cross-section of Liberians. In addition to the permanent request, the group is urging the Ministry of Justice to provide clear guidance on regulations governing peaceful assemblies. The ARCOP Youth League also called on That's for the coordination and support to ensure the demonstrations are conducted safely and without disruption of public order or daily business activities in the capital. At the planned protest, this as the planned protest this draw closer, all eyes will be on the ministry's response and broader implications for political expression and internal party democracy in Liberia. Former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf has lauded Chancellor George Calando for successfully transforming his financial enterprise into a fully regulated deposit-taking institution, modern saving and loans. Speaking at the official launch held around the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex in Congo Town, Sirleaf described the achievement as a major milestone for Liberia's financial sector and a positive step toward restoring public confidence in local banking institutions. Salif emphasized that public trust hinges on transparency and ethical practices, particularly in a sector that plays a critical role in economic development. She also commended the leadership of CEO Chantal Calando, urging her to prioritize financial empowerment for marginalized groups. The launch of the Modern Savings and Loans signaled a renewed effort to expand financial inclusion in Liberia with a strong focus on serving underdeveloped communities and supporting small and medium-sized enterprises. As the institution begins operation under the full regulatory oversight, expectations are high that it will contribute meaningfully to economic growth and opportunity for everyday Liberians. Executive members of the Children Party Thursday announced the party willingness to support its national chairperson ongoing effort to hold national convention. Speaking in an interview with reporters Thursday in Monrovia, Adolphus Keypad, executive member, reaffirmed the party's commitment to working with its chairperson for the upcoming national convention. Keep added that the True Wind Party is also committed to national development and better leadership, noting that the party leadership vision is fully aligned with the current revitalization efforts. Keeper disclosed that the party is preparing to convene a national convention in the coming weeks, a key event he described as central to positioning the True Wind Party within Liberia's evolving political landscape. He noted that the party's revival strategy is noted in national unity, democratic values, and inclusive development. Keepard also expressed gratitude to the Liberian people for their continued support of the United Party-led government, signaling a willingness to collaborate across party lines for the greater good of the country. Finance and Development Planning Minister Augustine Kafon has emphasized the urgency of accelerating financial support to the health sector, stating that Liberians cannot afford further setbacks in the delivery of quality healthcare services. Speaking first during a one-day deep dive section with the Ministry of Health management team in Congo Town, Minister Gaffron said the primary goal of the discussion is to align health sector funding with the expectations of the Liberian people. The section marked the beginning of a series of sector-focused discussions led by the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, aimed at identifying and resolving funding discrepancy across key government ministries. For her part, Health Minister Dr. Luis Poto, speaking earlier during the section, expressed gratitude to Minister Gafwan and his team for their instrumental role in securing salary increases for health workers, a move she described as vital workforce motivation and retention. According to Dr. Poto, interministerial engagements are part of broader government efforts to improve service delivery and strengthen institutional performance through targeted investments and collaboration. And a 51-year-old Liberian national identified as Eric Sumo has been arrested in the United States on charges of document fraud, including production and sale of counterfeit visas. The arrest took place on April 21st in Northton, Virginia, during a coordinated operation by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement as part of broader efforts to calm down on transitional crimes involving undocumented individuals. Sumo was reportedly identified by U.S. authorities as a fugitive and was wanted in Liberia for his alleged role in a sophisticated fraudulent document network. His apprehension follows a Liberian Interpol diffusion, which facilitated the legal grounds for U.S. authorities to detain and process him. Meanwhile, the U.S. Embassy near Monrovia, through a statement Thursday, lauded the Liberian government for its support in the operation that led to the arrest of Sumo. The statement added that Sumo's arrest was part of a greater enforcement action led by multiple U.S. agencies, including Drug Enforcement Administration, the Bureau of Alcohol, among others. The release also maintained that the operation also led to the detention of two Salvadorian nationals, one with prior drug convictions and another residing illegally in the United States.
Newton talk about with the news bulletin. The news bulletin is a regular feature here on King's Newsroom. And if you just joining us, is a reminder you are in tune to King's Newsroom, 45 minutes of accurate balance of incredible news about Liberia and the rest of our one word. Today's Thursday, May 8th, 2025. I'm Cornelius Johnson, Presenting story topping the headlines, Liberia Medical and Dental Council revoke the medical license of Dr. Peter Matthew George, citing serious discrepancies in his academic credentials. LMDC investigation showed that Dr. George claim of having doctorate of medicines and a postgraduate medical degree within a 4 year time frame as impossible by any national international standard. At least four persons have reportedly died as a result of fire outbreak near the Don Bosco School in New Matadi community. Liberia Airport Authority and the Liberia Special Economic Zones Authority on Thursday signed a memorandum of understanding aimed at transforming the nation's key airports into vibrant economic hubs. Airport Managing Director Jerry described the signing as a pivotal movement in the nation's journey towards integrated development. And away from home, the bodies of a journalist and his partners have been found in South Africa in an advanced stage of decomposition more than 2 months after they went missing. That's according to local media reports. We take another break. When we come back, we'll bring you the voices of the newsmakers. Thanks for being there and welcome back. Today's development now, the Liberia Airport Authority and the Liberia Special Economic Zones Authority on Thursday signed a memorandum of understanding aimed at transforming the nation's key airports into vibrant economic hubs. The signing ceremony held at the Liberia's Airport Authority headquarters brought together high-level officials, development partners, and private sector stakeholders. The event was marked by compelling statements from both agencies underscoring the strategic significance of the agreement. Speaking at the signing ceremony, Liberia Airport Authority Managing Director Jerome Mesco described the signing as a pivotal movement in the nation's journey towards integrated development.
In the strategic transformation of Liberia's aviation and economic development landscape, the signing of this memorandum of cooperation between the Liberia Airport Authority and the Liberia Special Economic Zones Authority sets the foundation for a special partnership, one that will redefine the role of our airport beyond air travel. Through this collaboration, we aim to identify and designate airport lanes as special economic zones, laying the groundwork for the development of an aerotropolis, a vibrant airport city that integrates light manufacturing, logistics, infrastructure development, and commercial enterprise. This vision is not just about infrastructure, it is about creating jobs, attracting investment, generating new revenue streams for the government of Liberia, and positioning RIA, the Roberts International Airport, as a regional hub with its own unique. As we all know, the Liberia Airport Authority has traditionally depended heavily on aeronautical revenue, but with increasing competition from our neighboring countries, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Guinea, and etc., we must innovate and diversify. Developing non-aeronautical revenue sources is not just a strategic choice, it is a necessity. We are proud to take this step forward with the Liberia Special Economic Zone Authority, and we remain committed to ensuring that this partnership delivers real, measurable impact for Liberia and its people.
MESCO emphasized the urgent need for diversification into this economic climate. Identifying new sources for revenue is not merely a strategic choice, it is a national necessity. Also in remark, during the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding, the Executive Director of the Liberia Special Economic Zones Authority, Prince Wright, echoed the transformative potential of the partnership. Wright highlighted that the signing is not just a symbolic agreement, but a commitment to immediate implementation.
Well, with such a high note from its Honorable Gerald H. Mensko, I'll probably take you and ensure that there's nothing from our end that surpasses the benevolent speech that we just heard from Honorable MD. We want to say thank you for the words. we first want to say thank you to your management team for being far-sighted in ensuring that there are no bottlenecks during this course of re-engaging. There have been conversations along the lines as to when this would have happened officially. And today, May 8th, 2025, history has been made in your office at the Liberia Airport Authority and the Liberia Special Economic Zones Authority. It's not just moving in the direction of revenue generation, but most importantly for us, what we would like to always say is how we create the models in providing job opportunities for our people. This is very paramount to us at the authority. We want to also say to you that be as it may, with the constraints, we are not just going to sign up on a document today and put it on the shelf. We are going to progress immediately in conscience with our implementing regulations that are now up for completion. We are going to ensure that an acronym that we use at our authority, CTC, clarity will be provided on all aspects of this project that we're both signing off on today. Transparency will be the hallmark of our activities, and then confidence for our partners. So we want to ensure that at the end of the day, you have a model that resembles what is in alignment of your airport master plan. This is going to be a unique phenomenon. We haven't seen the skylines of RIA at night with so much lights. But we hope that with this, it can manifest into something that when our folks are coming back home or international partners are coming to Liberia, they have a recognition that something is being done by our government on His Excellency President Joseph Yuma Pwaka. So in short, we highly appreciate this day, this moment. We believe that this will set the basis of transformation in both infrastructure, in both the economics of our country, and then key again in the creation of jobs for our people.
He's the executive director of the Liberia Special Economic Zones Authority, Prince writes. Earlier, you listened to the Liberia Airport Authority Managing Director, Gerald Mesco. The president of the Liberia National Bar Association, Councillor Bono Varma, has reaffirmed the bar's unwavering commitment to promoting the rule of law, enhancing public legal education, and strengthening collaboration between the judiciary, government, and civil society. Speaking Thursday morning on the Liberia Broadcasting System, Councillor Varma outlined a comprehensive vision to improve legal awareness, institutional governance, and access to justice across the country. His remarks comes amid growing concerns about public distrust in the legal system and the rise of extrajudicial action.
Let me say this, we're going to sing in the court. The Supreme Court and the bar will continue to work together. The bar respects the bench and will continue to hold the bench in very high regard. There is no warfare between the bench and the bar. We respect that bench. I know there will be times that we'll have our disagreements, some will be minor, some will be major, but at the bottom of it, we have responsibility. We have a responsibility to enhance rule of law. And so whatever it takes to do that, we must do that. There will be blips, there will be some form of disagreement, but let me say to the public today that the Young Bench and the bar work together harmoniously. She's one Chief Justice that we will even miss when she retires, because we know at every function of the bar, she's there. She encourages members of the bar who work together on different topical issues or expressed. We think we are ready to work with the Supreme Court as we've always done.
Meanwhile, the LMBA president also reaffirmed the bar's commitment to maintaining a constructive and respectful relationship with the judiciary, particularly under the leadership of Chief Justice Sianen Ayo. Councillor Varma also acknowledged ongoing collaboration with the Ministry of Justice, including a recently launched witness protection program, which he described as crucial for safeguarding democracy and citizen safety.
Talking about UCF and then that project, and the bar has been able to sustain those 5 pillars, and we hope now with the introduction of the local project by the local county bar association, we think that is monumental achievement. And so myself will be going there to ensure that connect is launched so that the people in local county can begin to benefit from access to the program from the bar perspective. And so we hope to work with the Magidi bar. They have some long-standing issue, conflict around the leadership that have been resolved through our intervention. And so the National Secretary General and the Treasurer will be going to Magidi very shortly, I think on the 12th or so of May, to induct the new leadership of the Nigerian counterpart. We want to see activated around these local buyers working to ensure that the LMBA can feel their weight. Says in fact now they sit at the level of the leadership of the bar. So a lot more is taking place. A lot more is taking place. We are working with UNDP. We've done some project proposals to address this question of public legal education. We think it's quite significant, it's quite critical. Most of our people out there now will be saying that they are Facebook lawyers. I mean, you've been following that. They are radio lawyers also, veering of the substance of the issue of law. They want to say anything they want to say, and those people can also influence the public out there. So what we want to do as a bar association, we want to work with the two law schools that we have in the country, the Librarian School of Law and the Louis Adler School of Law. Recently, we appointed retired Justice 3 years Banks. I mean, you follow that as the new chairman of the Public Legal Education Committee that will lead efforts of the bar.
He's the president of the Liberian National Bar Association, Councilor Bono Farmer, and they're speaking. Well, if you just join us, this is a reminder you are in tune to King's News Broom. 45 minutes of high-grade balance, incredible news about Liberia and the rest of our one word. Today is Thursday, May 8, 2025. Story topping the headlines: Liberia Medical and Dental Council revoke the medical license of Dr. Peter Murphy George, citing serious discrepancies in his academic credentials. LMDC investigation showed that Dr. George claim of having doctorate of medicines and a postgraduate medical degree within a 4-year time frame as impossible by any national or international standard. At least 4 persons have reportedly died as a result of fire outbreak near the Don Bosco School in New Matadi community. Liberia Airport Authority and the Liberia Special Economic Zones Authority on Thursday signed a memorandum of understanding aimed at transforming the nation's key airports into vibrant economic hubs. Airport Managing Director Jerry Mesco described the signing as a pivotal movement in the nation's journey towards integrated development. And away from home, the bodies of a journalist and his partner have been found in South Africa in an advanced stage of decomposition more than 2 months after they went missing. That's according to local media reports. We take another break. When we come back, we'll bring you more developments on the program. Many thanks for being there. Today's development now, former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf has lauded Councillor George Kalando for successfully transforming his financial enterprise into a fully regulated deposit-taking institution, more than savings and loans. Speaking at the official launch event held around the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex in Concord Town, Madam Sirleaf described the achievement as a major milestone for Liberia's financial sector as a possible step toward restoring public confidence in local banking institutions. Madam Sirleaf emphasized that public trust hinges on transparency and ethical practices, particularly in the sector that plays a critical role in economic development.
What's wrong with us is us, because we are not putting what it takes to make Liberia what we want it to be. And a major part of growth in a society is the private sector. All of us want to be politicians. That's all right. Politics is important in a nation for policy formulation. But at the end of the day, it's the business people who will be able to strengthen the growth of the nation, to be able to have jobs. And so I'm so glad, George, that you're going there. But you said one word, which is very important for financial intermediation: trust. Trust. If people are going to give you their money, you must trust them. You must trust your managers. You must trust the people who hold their money, so that it's fully accountable to them, and they are satisfied. Today, many of our workers do not bank. They do not place their money in the bank because they are afraid. They're afraid somebody will take their money. Somebody will not report their case. I don't see you all. You're going to have great responsibility. to be able to develop the trust among.
She's former president of Liberia, Ellen Jones herself there speaking. Finance and Development Planning Minister Augustin Gaffron has emphasized the urgency of accelerating financial support to the health sector, stating that Liberians cannot afford further setbacks in the delivery of quality healthcare services. Speaking Thursday during a one-day deep dive section with the Ministry of Health's management team in Congo Town, Minister Gaffron said the primary goal of the discussions is to align health sector funding with the expectations of the Liberian people. The section marked the beginning of a series of sector-focused discussion led by the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning aimed at identifying and resolving funding bottlenecks across key government ministries.
If we can just increase the disbursement rate on resources we already have committed, things will move faster. It will appear like we didn't lose money in some of the projects from some of the partners that come out. So this is the reason why we need to take it very seriously. We've come to ask you to tell us where we have fought it, where we have done. We've come to a problem session. Tell us what we could do better in various ways. And we came here for a truth-telling session because it is the unvarnished truth that will make us to act quickly. If you speak in terms that we have to go and do calculus to come back, some of us didn't do a college level calculus. It will take some time. Say it in ways that are simple, let us know the problem. If we just say the problem in the Ministry of Finance, it's a problem we're building. But there's somewhere we can take that problem, some decks. I don't know, the minister's office, the minister, the assistant minister, some director, some technician. Let's take the problem and put the problem on a desk. If you just hang it there, it's a building. It's a health ministry. Everybody is health ministry. But in health ministry, what? Who is responsible? This challenge we're facing, who can unlock it? Who will move the needle for us so we get the move? That's why it's good that our technical folks have started for each of the critical issues. We say this is an issue, and what are we going to do about it? Who is going to do what? And when? We put the when there because we want to move fast.
For her part, Health Minister Dr. Louis Kutu, speaking earlier during the section, expressed gratitude to Minister Kafwan and his team for their instrumental role in securing salary increases for health workers and the move she describes as vital to health force motivation and retention. According to Dr. Poto, in interministerial engagements are part of broader government efforts to improve service delivery and strengthen institutional performance through targeted investments and collaboration.
I want to begin by sending our full thanks to His Excellency, the President Joseph Boykassian, for the strong leadership and support the health sector has received under his administration, especially as it relates to service delivery, health workforce, and health financing. The health workforce, there was increase in the health workers' salary, and that's caused motivation. So now we have increased service delivery because of that salary increment. So we understand our thanks and appreciation to the President and also to the Ministry of Finance for making it possible. For this deep dive, we have to be honest with ourselves. It shows the collaboration that we have been having with the various ministries, especially the Ministry of Finance. Whenever we go there, open the doors for us. So this just to strengthen the collaboration between both ministries.
She's Health Minister Dr. Louis Koto. They're speaking earlier. You listen to Finance and Development Planning Minister Augustin Kafwan there at the one-day deep dive section with the Ministry of Health management team in Concord Town. Executive members of the True Wing Party Thursday announced the party willingness to support its national chairperson ongoing efforts to hold national convention. Speaking in an interview with reporters Thursday in Monrovia at Delpha's Kipar, executive members reaffirmed the party's commitment to working with its chairperson for the upcoming national convention. Kipar added that the True Wing Party is also committed to national development and better leadership, noting that the party leadership vision is fully aligned with the current revitalization efforts. Kipa disclosed that the party is preparing to convene the national convention in the coming weeks, a key event he described as central to repositioning the True Wing Party within Liberia's evolving political landscape.
It's a pleasure that we can be in this gathering. We want to say to the Liberian people, as many times people have asked me, what's happening with your role, Reginald Goodrich? As the party stands, we are now preparing, and we have written neck preparing for a convention that will reset the stage of this party as we envision a new Liberia. As this country moves forward, we want to say that Chewy Party has a major role to play as we hold the architectural design of this great nation. And in order to rebuild a building, you must have the detailed drawing of that building. And so we possess within our corridors detailed drawing of this nation. After many years of dormancy, the elephant has woken up. The elephant is now preparing to parade through the forest. And I want to say to my fellow Liberians, want to thank all of those who have played a role in leading this country forward. We thank you all for your role you've played. We are watching very keenly as a party. We did unanimously support this current administration, and our support remains unwavering. I want to say to you as a party that there's a new day. We look forward to our convention. Our national convention will set back in place our national leadership. We have not had our conventions over the years, and that was part of the reasons we took the decisions to move our party forward. We have written NEC, asked NEC to grant us permission on October 30th, 2025, when we will be going for a convention, and at such time, we will elect national leadership. Until that time, the Honorable City Siton Saka, who is on her way coming, is the chair of our convention committee. The party remains in the.
He's executive member of the True Wing Party, Adolphus Kipa, here speaking. Away from Liberia now, the bodies of a journalist and his partner have been found in South Africa in advanced stage of decomposition more than 2 months after they went missing. That's according to local media groups. Police said they had found human remains, but DNA tests still needed to be conducted to confirm they were those of radio journalist Sabasio Asiri and his partner Zawa Precious Maluli. In a joint statement, two media groups said the police had achieved a breakthrough after arresting 5 suspects. The couple were murdered and their bodies dumped in a bush in northern Limpopo province, the media group said, adding that the deaths have left them in shock and disbelief. The suspect had reportedly been arrested with stolen furniture, appliances, and the parts of a car belonging to the couple, who had been missing since February 18. Well, that's all the time we have for this evening's edition of King's Newsroom. But just before we go, here are stories we closely follow in the headlines. Liberia Medical and Dental Council revoked the medical license of Dr. Peter Matthew George, citing serious discrepancies in his academic credentials. LMDC investigation showed that Dr. George's claim of having doctorate of medicine and postgraduate medical degree within a 4-year time frame as impossible by any national or international standard. At least 4 persons have reportedly died as a result of fire outbreak near the Don Bosco School in New Matadi community. Liberia Airport Authority and the Liberia Special Economic Zones Authority on Thursday signed a memorandum of understanding aimed at transforming the nation's key airports into vibrant economic hubs. Airport Managing Director Jerome Nesco described the signing as a pivotal movement in the nation's journey towards integrated development. And away from home, the bodies of a journalist and his partners have been found in South Africa in an advanced stage of decomposition more than 2 months after they went missing. That's according to local media groups. Many thanks to all of our contributors, editors, and reporters who helped in making this edition of King's Newsroom. Our sources: Newton Tokpa was here with the news bulletin. Otis Sankan sat at control and coordinated this edition of the program. My name is Cornelius Johnson. I presented. Many thanks for listening and watching. Good evening.